guys, welcome back to Farm Bred. This is Kate. So today I'm going to share some exciting news with you about our newest additions, and I also wanted to help you with one of my biggest problems in the winter time, which is getting rid of mice. So what is it, Juniper? So you may have seen in the past my video about winterizing your coop where we've had mice, and before we moved here to Connecticut, we really had a lot of mice in our coop and run. But last year, it actually wasn't so bad. We actually had some mice, and they would kind of hang out in the rafters up here. And they would, sit up here and just kind of like look down and stare at me while I was in here with the girls. It was one family. They weren't too bad. What ended up happening was I put a garbage can in the coop area, and they would make a nest under the garbage can. And I must have cleared that out like 3 or 4 times, and each time, there was a nest, they'd rebuild it, and maybe have a couple babies in there, but it wasn't too bad. But I don't like having mice in the barn. They bring germs and worms and just diseases. Like, it's kind of nasty. So I've been thinking about ways to get rid of the mice. And I started looking online and seeing a friend who had done this, and noticing that there was this thing called barn cats. And they're called career cats. Basically, these are cats that have not been able to get adopted for whatever reasons. Maybe like they don't do well with confinement in the shelter. They never warm up to people. They don't want affection from humans in the shelters. And so these are cats that basically have not been able to be adopted into homes. And they then enter the career cats program, which is a way to save the lives of these cats. And they become mousers at barns. And as a family adopting these cats, we just need to provide shelter, food, water, etc. But for us, as you probably know, we love animals here. And so we've wanted to get a cat. We just haven't done it. And this just seemed like the perfect option for us. So we thought we'd give it a shot. I joined a couple Facebook groups. One's called the Barn Cat Network, I believe. And I just started kind of watching the threads, seeing what people were saying about them. And then once I started to really think more seriously about it, I posted some information about our space and asked some questions if it was large enough, things like that. And I got a lot of responses, encouraging responses, and also support and answers to some of my questions. And then one woman ended up reaching out from New Jersey, and she had a shelter in Newark, and gave me a lot of information, talked to me on the phone about the space. And I actually sent her some videos about our coop here that's attached to our chicken run on the other side. But then we also have a garden shed that ended up being a great location for them because it had more space. So with barn cats, typically they come in sets of 2. And what happens is they will pair them up. Typically, I think it's a male and a female. They come vaccinated for rabies, spayed and neutered, microchipped, tested for feline leukemia and HIV, all of that. And basically they are ready to go for you when they are dropped off. So everything's already done and handled for you, which is really great. And then, you just need to provide medical care if they need it at some point, and also vaccinations if that's something that you're able to do. So with barn cats, the idea is they live in the barn, right? They're mousers, they're career cats, they're working cats. So they live in the barn and outside. And so they have basically free reign of your property. The goal is to be able to get them in the barn, locked up every night so that they're protected from predators. Because we're in Connecticut, it's a very wild area. And so it's important that I try at least to get them locked up every night. And to do that, we'll feed them in the morning when we let them out. And then I also will feed them every night as I put them in, like around dusk when it's starting to get dark. So with the barn cats, we give them 4 to 6 weeks of acclimation. So that means they're imprinting their scent in the area. It helps so that they don't get nervous and want to run away immediately when they're let out. They feel like this is their home now. They've imprinted. They have their litter box in the garden shed. They have their food and water there. It's now their home. And so we have let them out. I think it's been about 2 weeks now that they've been able to kind of come and go during the day, and they haven't left yet, which is really good. There's Gunther. So yeah, there's a 4 to 6 week acclimation period. I think some places will say 3. The shelter that we got ours from recommended 4 to 6. In fact, we kind of knew right away that King would be okay, but we waited longer because Nellie is very timid. And so I think we waited about 5 weeks before we let them out into the yard. And it was really cute. It was like watching like a kid in a candy store running around, jumping for like flies and gnats in the air. And so here behind me, I don't know if you can see Nellie. She's up on the stone wall. So she is a little bit timid with our dog Gunther, who's going into the garden shed. Our dog's a big dog. King is actually pretty sociable with him. He will let Gunther come right up to him and seems to be okay. Whereas Nellie is pretty, I get it, you know, Gunther's a lot bigger than her and she's probably just not used to dogs. So there's Gunther now. I don't know if you can see him with the, let me see if I can, there we go. There's Gunther. And there's Nellie. Whoop. Like, oh, whoa. Yeah. And then here comes King by the tree as well. So funny enough, it seems like, and this comes as a total surprise to me, Nellie seems like she's actually playing with Gunther a little bit. So we've got Nellie and King behind. There's King with the white socks. And I'll try to get closer with him. Seems like Nellie's actually playing with Gunther a little bit. They've been out of the shed. There she is up top, coming, following him. This is kind of funny because I haven't actually seen this before. Oh, there he goes up to her. Ooh. Oh, he just walked right by her. And there's King. He's down here on the stone wall behind me. So he's super sweet. So I should be able to come over and show you him up close. Nellie, I can't get too close to. This is Miss Nellie. Hi, sweetie. No, she's gonna go hide. King, hey buddy. Hi, King. They like to play in the tall grass here. I don't know if you can see Nellie. He's gonna pounce on her. You're so sweet. So you've met our new additions, which we're super excited about. So what I would say is if you have a barn where you could safely provide shelter for these barn cats, definitely consider it if you guys have mice issues or rodent issues. We've got a great mouser with Nellie. She's already left us some treats outside of the garden shed at night. And then we have King, who's this lovey, affectionate cat where we get our fix and being able to pet and snuggle with. So I gotta say, like, in general, so far so good. We're really excited about the cats. I'll keep you updated on how well they mouse the barn for us this winter. And if we do have any run-ins with the chickens, which I'm confident, I think we're gonna be okay. But of course that's always on my mind. But for now, yeah, I'll sign off. If you are enjoying this content, please like and subscribe. It was always helpful for me to know which content you guys want to hear more of and what's most helpful for you. So thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.